Go.
Alright, so we've been getting a lot of demand for instructional video on how to wrap your wrists. So for our boxing classes, here we go. If you've got the small wraps, the 108s, what you want to do is you want to spool this all the way out, and you're going to find the end where it says this side down. You're going to take this thumb loop, and you're going to put it in your thumb so that you can take that strap this side down over the top of your wrist. Alright, from there, we're just going to come through and do a couple of wraps around the wrist. Alright, and that last one you're going to come up at an angle so that you can come up underneath your hand. Alright, as you come under your hand, you're going to end up over your knuckles here. So you want to cover up to this second row of knuckles here, and then you're just going to wrap around these main knuckles. Your focus is to get the coverage on this main knuckle right here. Do a couple times around there. Then you're going to come back at an angle, and you're again going to come under your wrist. This time, you're going to come up over the top and go over your thumb, like that. Right, so we got a thumb lock. Come back under, over the top of your wrist, and go under the thumb the other way. All right? That one should take the angle back towards your wrist. Now you're going to do one more lap around the wrist, angle it up, one more wrap around the knuckles, right? And then you're going to come down underneath and finish off with what's left around your wrist. Alright? And then at the end, as long as you had this side facing down, that Velcro will be the right place. Alright? So the focus is coverage on the knuckles, support on the wrists. And then those thumb locks, make sure that once you start doing your boxing, it's not going to all slide out of place. Alright? If you end up with extra material, if you have smaller hands, just go around the wrist and around the knuckles a couple more times, but always end with the last bit around the wrist so you can put that Velcro on here. Alright? Now, the other hand wrap styles are the longer ones. Now with your longer ones, you're going to start it off the same way. So, coming down to the end here, these are the 180s, so you have longer wraps for those. What you're going to do is you're going to start out over the top of your wrist, and you're going to make a lap around the wrist 2 times. You're going to come up underneath, same way, 2 times around the knuckles. Right? Then you come back at an angle, around the thumb. You get your thumb lock going the other way, just like that. Nice and snug so you don't have a lot of slack. Right? Now, once you've got that done, you're going to come up, open your fingers, and come between each finger. Alright, so underneath the thumb, between the next finger. Alright, around the back of the thumb, between the next finger. Alright, so now you've got extra coverage around those knuckles. From this position, you're going to come one more time back around, try to make sure that this doesn't twist. Alright, so you've got to keep this flat or you won't have the Velcro in the right spot. Come up around, and now we're going to lock this all up. So you're going to come around the top, cover over the knuckles once, and then again. So you're locking all that up. Then you can finish off with that rest of the material, do a little figure 8, and then finish with the extra down here around the wrist. Alright? And again, as long as you don't twist the wrap along the way, you should end up with the Velcro right on top like that. So, now you've got knuckle coverage here. This might even be a little bit snugger down. You got your knuckle coverage, more protection here, and also more support for the wrist. All right, and that's the advantage to having the larger wraps. All right. So if you're finding that with the small wraps you're still getting a lot of knuckle impact or soreness, or it's not enough support for the wrist, go with the 180s and then go the Mexican hand wrap style, which is a little bit bigger. All right. So, here's all the questions we have about wrapping. Grab a set of wraps and then just practice at home, and you should be good to go.